final word.
The final word.
The final word. Yes, indeed. The final word. Let's go. It's going to be interesting today, man. We got to definitely have this discussion, especially when it come down to
the final word.
That timing was perfect. Our guys or outside guys. We finally starting to have this discussion. It's finally starting to heat up. It's very necessary that we kind of hone this down. I'm gonna say this. I think today the person who hit the right note on this is Miss Aisha Morrison.
Final word. I'm
gonna talk about this. We waiting on Big Game James. He had his final championship game today. He doing some coaching and he doing a lot of stuff. The OC go be in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna hold it down on the front end, but we go all come in. Law can't make it today, but we really go get into some real heavy quality stuff.
The final word.
So
Final word.
She hit it right today. I want y'all to listen and tell me what y'all think.
All right. Dear Cowboys front office.
So first of all, I want to say,
That's literally the same I did. Sorry, keep going.
You ain't got no DTs.
Oh.
wait. First,
the final word.
The
First,
final word.
let me tell you, with somebody from Dallas, she from Dallas. So when somebody from Dallas start off with I, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you what that means. That means we finna get down to the nitty gritty. So when she started with I, notice how everybody took attention. They all set up like, wait, what is she getting ready to say? So let me start it again. Here we go. Let me start it over, man, because she killed this to me. And we gonna talk about this and more because she elaborated really good. Listen.
All right.
All right.
Dear.
All right. Then notice how everybody looked up when she said, all right, like, come to attention now.
Cowboys front office.
That's literally the same I did. Sorry, keep going.
You ain't got no DTs. Osa is a DT. Oso Diggy is a DT. Not only is he a defensive tackle, he's only missed one game in his whole career. He was first in QB hits last year in 2024. He was top 3 in pressures, top 3 in pass rush win rate, and 11th in run stops.
The final word.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, man. So y'all sit back, man. Your boy Boss got you. Your boy Boss got you. We gonna bring you the final word. We gonna bring you all that juice, as we always do, man. Be right back.
The final word.
The final word.
Be right back.
The final word.
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 I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check or something. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T. T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
All right, let's get it. All right, man, it's your boy Boss Cowboy. We got the other guys are on their way. Law not gonna be able to make today. I already talked to him earlier, but I see y'all coming in the building already. So y'all just sit back. Y'all know how I do. The room go fill up as we continue to do this content. So first thing I noticed is my boy Life Crazy. Your comment stood out to me. Now, I don't think I'm gonna be bougie tonight. Somebody say bougie boss. I might. You never know. You might need bougie boss. Bougie boss need to come out when I might need to speak on behalf of front office. I just got to do that. Yeah, and then Tay say, boss, I hope this is important. I just caught this comment because this is. She said, boss, I hope y'all putting together another super show with our content creators. That was fire. We actually working on that. We're actually working on that. So y'all look out for something that's gonna be coming, and we gonna have like a, 8 to 10 panel thing happen pretty soon. She said, boss, you look like you just got done playing golf. Yeah, this is my golf hat. No, I didn't play no golf. Not today. Too cold. But I want to get into some of the stuff that's going around, especially because we starting to hear, we get into that season where it's time to start to discussing, free agents, right? As much as we, want to talk about the draft, and we do talk about the draft, and the draft is already has its own momentum. The draft has its own momentum. You can't fix this year's Dallas Cowboys with the draft. You can't. It's over 22 or around 22 free agents. We don't have enough drafts to actually solve our needs that's going to be in free agency. So we gonna have to dig into free agency this year. We will have to discuss it. It's forced. We're forced to talk about it now. And George Booney say, please address my issue, please, sir. He's talking about the issue with Micah Parsons, and in his opinion, Micah Parsons doesn't show up on the stat sheet on big games. He talking about the playoff game specifically, and I did address you on Twitter, but I address you now. I had no problem addressing you, my brother. You got to really look at those games, and you got to look at the what and not just the why, right? Because if you look at the what, if you look at the stat sheet, which is the what, and don't figure in the why, then you can miscategorize the value of a player, right? So then you gotta, when you look at the playoff games, especially the ones we lost against what? Heavy run teams. Everybody know the kryptonite to take away any pass rusher or super pass rusher is to either run at them or run away from them. The teams that we played against were teams that ran at him or away from him and was heavy running teams. So you not go see the value of Micah Parsons unless you able to stop the run, and especially if your offense is able to get a lead. When you can create those second, third, and longs, that's when you go really exponentially see the value of Micah Parsons show up. I will say the Green Bay game wasn't his best effort game to me. It wasn't. But the other ones, I liked his effort. It's just sometimes, teams scheme to take you away. So my boy George, he's a San Fran fan. In his opinion, you don't pay Micah Parsons, and I think you don't. What you don't do is you don't look at 3 games to erase over 40 games. That's me. Now everybody can look at it different. If you want to say and look at just the what and the stat sheet and say, because of this, his lack of production in the playoff games against heavy running teams, we shouldn't pay him. If you believe that, I'm not going to fight you on that. I'm going to just say I disagree with that. Yeah, I answered this question. So, Edgy, I answered this question. You know what I mean? And you know, George, he pretty fair dude. He literally called me. We talked on the phone. We talked real ball. George is actually my boy George Booney. He's an outcast. What he is his whole family is Cowboys. We talked about this on the phone. George, his whole family Cowboys. He the black sheep, man. So you know he the one that really need to go come on home, man. He need to come on home. He need come on home, George. You know you at home over here. Your whole family Cowboy fans, and you the black sheep, bro. Come on, take that red jersey off, take that base shit off, and put on the South, dog. You already know, man. Let's go. All right. But we do gotta have some very important discussions, and I can't wait to get into this, and I can't wait till the other brothers start showing up because I know they go bring some context to some of the things. Now, shout out to Brian because Brian has been one of the best lately within the last 3 weeks. If you've been listening, to Brian Brothers. He has been trying to push the organization in the area I've been wanting him to go for a while. I've been listening to Brian, and Brian let out a big clue. He let out 2. I'm going to play them. I'm going to read one of them. I'm going to play the other one. So him and Kevin, I was doing some work, but he said something. He said something that was like music to my ears. So they was discussing, obviously, Osa versus, you know, and our guys. But Brian Brothers is starting to push back at our guys. He's doing it respectfully, but he is showing it attention, and I've hardly heard anybody else do it. Brian is sitting alone right now in this, and we need to have his back because he's on the right trail. He's smelling it. This is what he said. And then I'm going to play something else that he said, and we're going to talk about this. He said, this is, you know, Kavanaugh Williams might bring as a 3-tech before adding. This is what he said. This is key. Let me make this big. Because I want to make sure y'all don't miss this. I want to make this as big as possible. I'm going to put my face on it, too. Like, I'm going to do the whole thing. If we're looking to pay 20-something million, let's go get the best one. Not just the one we know. I think I just heard somebody enter the building. The OC is in the building. What's up, OC?
What's the word, man? Salute.
What's up, man? For some reason, when I clicked on that, the music stopped.
Oh.
All right, so I'm out to do some new music. But hey, was you keeping up with what I was saying?
No, I'm coming in, so you got to kind of backfill me a little bit.
Okay, so we basically talk. I'm gonna play this. That's the perfect music right now. So we gonna have a discussion about paying some of these guys. So I was starting off basically with Aisha, all right, and so Aisha kind of broke down Osa's value, okay, and was basically saying we have no DTs, right? So great point, right? And she was basically saying, listen, y'all need to play Osa. Matter of fact, let me just play the clip, and then then we'll just go from there. Let me go back to it real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, hold on. Here is the clip right here. All right, listen.
All right. Dear Cowboys front office.
That. It's literally the same I did. Sorry, keep going.
You ain't got no DTs.
Oh.
Osa is a DT. Osa Odighizu is a DT. Not only is he a defensive tackle, he's only missed 1 game in his whole career. He was first in QB hits last year in 2024. He was top 3 in pressures, top 3 in pass rush win rate, and 11th in run stops.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were serious?
All right. So OC. So obviously Osa has great value, right? So now you caught up. All right, so you caught up now.
Yeah.
So let's get into what Brian Broaddus was talking about. So he said, we're looking to pay 20-something million, let's get the best one, not just the one we know. Now, he was saying that Milton Williams is the better 3-tech out the two. But I don't actually agree with that too. I actually disagree. Go ahead.
I mean,
because I know Milton was your pet cat coming out the draft. So
yeah, and deservedly so. And we're seeing the evidence of that right now. 3-4 years later, we're seeing a guy that's developed over 3 or 4 years into a premium 3 technique with pass rushing ability, strong at the point of attack, and able to close and finish. We also have seen great development with Osa as well, Osa Odighizuwa. I don't think he is as refined as a pass rusher as this guy. I don't think he's as strong as Milton Williams. I think that's the difference between the two. But I think that Osa is very good. And yes, in terms of who's on the market right now, Milton Williams is that guy. Milton Williams was that guy. Remember, coming out of La Tech, he was that guy that was 290 pounds running a freaking 4.6.
Yeah.
He was that guy.
Yeah, he was.
He was that guy, boss. And me and you both loved him. It wasn't
loved him.
You loved him too. And as a matter of fact, we thought the Cowboys should have drafted him. He was on our draft.
But that's not the question now, OC. The question is,
who should we get? Who should we pay?
Who to bet out them two?
Milton.
I disagree.
Please state your case.
So, Milton, in terms of production, especially this year, is not even close to Osa. And I still got to check the film. I haven't really did a deep dive in the film. I'm just looking at the surface level production. So we got right now, Milton Williams had 11 solo tackles, 5th in sacks, and then 1 forced fumble, right? Versus Osa, 25, 4.5 sacks, and also forced a fumble. But most importantly, what you see is the pressure rate is way higher with Osa than it is with Milton. So you only got 40 pressures with Milton Williams, but you have 60 pressures with Osa. So you talking about a whole lot more chaos from Osa. Now, I'm being fair, OC. I haven't compared their film yet in detail, right? Yeah. I'm just looking at the surface, and that's why I'm saying I'm not even sure if he's better. Because I know this was our former pet cat, you know what I mean? But I don't want to just be in a rush because we loved him in the past. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that you bring up really great statistics, right? And you bring up really great feedback in regard to Osa versus. I think that the variance on the productivity is that, listen, it was some guys that was also getting sacks, hurries, and pressures along with Milton Williams on that front four. And I think that's probably the difference. Outside of Micah, with the loss of Sam Williams this year, we really didn't have a guy. We really didn't have a guy on that defensive line. So Osa was the defensive tackle. Micah Parsons was our hybrid, or you can say our pass rushing defensive end. Outside of that, we didn't have anything, boss. Outside of that, we didn't have anything. We didn't have anybody else that could be productive because we let those guys get away to Washington last year. So I think that's a variance, and I will take a pause and say,
yeah, we'll pause because we got to do film work on this.
Yeah, and listen, that's a really good point because
that's a good point.
Say, thank you.
That's a good point.
He was rotational,
right? So I didn't look at the snaps.
And boss, I know for a fact, without looking at film, because I did look at this last year, and I'm going based on last year, not this year. Milton was rotational last year. I do know that.
Osa was rotational last year. This is the most reps that Osa ever had in his career last year. So I'm just being honest. That's why I said I'm not sure. Right? I'm just not doubling all the way down like Brian Broaddus did, where he said Milton is the best one. All I'm saying is I'm not quite sure about that. You feel me? I got to do a little bit more work on that before I just put my toe in that water.
Yeah, and that's fair, boss. Do the work. I'll do some work as well, just for fair balance. But I'm going to say like this. You see this right here? You see this lean?
Yeah, you leaning on
You see
milk.
this?
You leaning on
I'm
milk.
lean. You see that? You see this? This is a significant lean.
Yeah.
I'm leaning. I'm leaning heavily
On milk.
right here. You see this lean? I'm
Yeah.
leaning.
Yeah.
Toward Milton being the guy, man. I'm just being honest. That's my lean. That's what all the tape said that I've watched of him last year. Haven't done as much this year on him. But yeah, man. But we'll see. We'll come back and revisit this.
Yeah, we'll revisit this. We gotta attack this before the start of free agency, and we'll attack this with the film and detailed analysis. I did a surface brush. I'm being honest, right? I'm not acting like I thoroughly combed them like we do. I didn't thoroughly comb them. I was just saying I'm not.
You got some game cuts of him? We can take a quick look if you got some.
I could, but I don't want to pull it up right now to be too disorganized. I could, but it'll be a little bit too disorganized. I don't want to do it like that yet. Let's just save that for the future. We got a long off season. We got us a big old super chat from Keystone. Keystone coming in. He said, also had 60 pressures and still allowed the same levels. Right. So I can't wait till we get into the film on that, because the film gonna tell the truth. Especially, I think another thing that we got to look at is the ratios.
Yeah, you got to look at snap ratios and versus just. Yeah, listen, and let me just say this, just to be clear to everybody that's listening to this. Osa is really good.
Yeah, he good, bro.
Okay, so I'm not saying nothing bad about Osa, okay? We talking about which one is better. Osa is really good, man. Really good, okay? And he deserved the bag he's going to get. Let me just go on the record to say that. The man deserved the bag that he's going to get, and he's been consistent. In his 4 years with the Cowboys, he deserves everything he's going to get. He's worked hard. He's got better every year. And that's facts.
Yeah.
So he's a really good young defensive tackle. No doubt.
Yeah. So what I want to focus on is the B part. This is where I believe Brian Broaddus is sniffing down the right trail. It's the B part of what he said. Let's go get the best one, not just the one we know. And so I talked about that when I was talking about Miles Sanders, which was Philly's guy. They drafted him, right? Penn State. He's their guy. Under the Dallas Cowboys philosophy, what do? If we pick him, we got to play him. Philly said to that philosophy, oh, hell no. And they upgraded. You see what I'm saying? It's the B part. They went to Saquon, right? They had a very good back. Miles Sanders had like 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. But Saquon was a step up. And if you're looking at the differences between the organizations, one will absolutely take that step. The other one won't. Let me play this clip.
I mean, heck, it's not difficult to feel that way when you see how the Eagles have been doing it for the last 6, 7 years, 8 years, and then obviously with just how dominant they were in the Super Bowl, they certainly seem like they're laying out the blueprint for how it's done. And that doesn't mean that you're going to hit on every swing, but they take swings. They miss. They pay Carson Wentz, swung and missed. They give money to guys like Bryce Huff, who, I don't think he was even active for the Super Bowl. And so it's not like they hit on everything, but they're very aggressive. And I totally get where Mike is coming from. When you think of the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones as the owner, that's what you expect. But that just hasn't been how the Cowboys have been run for a while.
You know, when you look at this, John, is there a real possibility that they're not going to sign their own? That, you know, that they really are evaluating? I mean, I was listening to you just talk for a minute ago, but, you know, the one thing the Eagles have taught me is, you can draft. You can also play in free agency. Coaching matters. You know, there's kind of things setting it up, but do you think they really are in a situation where they say, we're not going to sign Oso Odigizua. We're not going to sign Jordan Lewis. We're not going to sign Golston. We're going to go sign somebody from the Buccaneers, or sign somebody from the Saints, or sign somebody from the Seahawks. Is that a real possibility?
Boy, that boy Brian Broaddus is sniffing. OC. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, this is really simple. The best teams get the best players that they possibly can in every position.
That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
It's simple.
It's simple.
Let's just keep it simple.
Yep.
The best teams, Kansas City Chiefs, looking at the Eagles, looking at the San Francisco 49ers, whoever you feel like is the upper echelon teams in the NFL, they always have one thing in common. They always get the best possible players they can in every position. They're not scared to trade. They're not scared to draft. And normally they hit on their drafts. They're not scared to take swings in free agency. They're not scared to replace a player, even if they drafted a player and they have a personal like for that player. It's not so with the Cowboys. And that's the difference. The Cowboys are addicted to comfort.
Yep.
And you can't be comfortable and be a championship level team. You can be comfortable and be a good team. You can be comfortable and be a competitive team. You can be comfortable and win a few playoff games. But you can't be comfortable and be a championship team. And the teams aforementioned are championship caliber teams. That is the difference. That is the variance. The Cowboys would rather re-sign somebody they're familiar with for comfort's sake.
Yep.
Then go out and pay a guy 50 or 60 million that's been very productive their first 3 or 4 years in the NFL and actually make the team better. You can't be addicted to comfort and win championships.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
My boy Amp just hit me with a text. He said, "Why you at it? Go ahead and ask OC quality versus quantity."
Well, I think that you need a quantity of quality. That's what you need to win the league. It's not over. You need a quantity of quality. You need various positions on your team stacked with quality players. And if you're looking at the Philadelphia Eagles, since they're in our same division, as an example, that's what you see on their roster. You don't see perfection, no, but you see a quantity, a variety of very quality, above average NFL starters with a group of Pro Bowlers. That's what you see. You see a group of Pro Bowlers, mainly in main positions, i.e. middle linebacker, i.e. defensive tackle, i.e. running back, i.e. quarterback, i.e. offensive line, and then 1 or 2 in the secondary. That's what you see. And then around that, you see a bunch of guys that may not have made the Pro Bowl, but these ain't no scrubs. These guys are above average NFL players. And that's what it takes to be successful. It's very simple. Those he laid it out for you. There's the formula.
Right. And see, I'm just so happy that Brian Broaddus is finally ringing the alarm against our guys. He's the first guy in the public that I'm starting to really see really sound the alarm and kind of give a clue to what the problem is. This is the first time publicly that I heard somebody do this.
Yeah, well, good shout out to Brian for that. But at the end of the day, it's what do you want to see? What will the ownership do? And then what will the fan base take? The fan base has to substantiate or either reject the moves of the team. And you vote various ways, support, money, games, all that stuff. However, if the front office is truly committed to winning and making a statement, you have to approach things a little bit differently. I'm not saying blow up everything you do, because there's some things that the front office does very, very well.
Right.
But the aspect of being aggressive in free agency with quality NFL players to strengthen your roster, especially before the draft, we have been silent. We've taken the good things come to those that wait approach.
Right.
We've taken, and that is a false approach. It is actually, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, you guys put in the chat if you think differently. That's fine if you disagree with me. I don't know everything, but I'm saying they've taken the good things come to those that wait approach.
Right.
And I don't agree with that. I think good things come to those that wait, the leftovers after those who hustle. And that's what you see the good teams do. The good teams hustle up front. They hustle up front. They solidify and gel their rosters in the summer. We're still trying to put together rosters and fill this gap, fill that gap. We're in camp now. 3 weeks before opening game. Need some more DTs. Let's do it. Things like that. That doesn't put you in an advantageous position to gel and to fine tune. You're working on personnel instead of working on football.
Y'all clap it up for the OC, man, for a couple of reasons. First of all, we got to put that over a shirt. We got to put this on a shirt, bro. A quantity of quality. And he came from the dome off that. That's a freestyle of the year, brother. God, that boy say we need a quantity of quality. God. So,
Yeah.
I do fear something though, OC. I fear that we're going to tag Osa. We have a long history of tagging our guys, and tagging is really one of the worst things we could ever do. And D.A. Lee, shout out to the homie D.A. Lee. He always doing great work on Twitter. Every one of the tags, except probably the first one, was a mistake to me. Every one of them. I can understand the 2018 tag, right? But first, before I get into this, let me explain. When a team tags a player, you cannot finance that amount. So you can't spread it out. It's taking dollar for dollar out of that cap. So for instance, with Dak, when they tagged Dak and they was acting indecisive, they had to pay out $31.5 million. And that was the year Dak got injured. So when you add it up, they paid $31.5 million for 4.5 games.
Well, you know what they say. When you overuse the cap, it's because you don't manage the cap well. And that's the truth. When you have to get into a situation that you have to always cap your best players, it's because you're not managing these contracts and scenarios well. And what you do as you try to basically, let me just say what I really believe on this.
Say it!
Go in here, you try to lowball these dudes, man. You try to lowball these dudes, and you try to hem them up in closets. You try to press their agents. You try to have secret meetings with them. You do all this stuff, right? And when they man up and they say, no, I'm not taking this discount. I've earned my keep. What you do, you say, okay, fine then, fine. You don't want to play with us. You don't want to give us what we want. Fine. We'll just tag you. We'll do now. Risk it. Now you better stay healthy. Because you're not getting no money now. It's basically a tit for tat, petty game that you play with the best players on your team to get an advantage and to exude power. This is what this is. This is vice versa all over again. I'll bet you $1, Randolph. You can buy a year from now. You know, whatever, man. It's like, dude. You don't do that to your best players. Show these guys the respect as professionals and dignity that they've given you with outstanding professionalism and a great performance over the course of their time here. And I think if you do that, you come into realistic conversations about market value and you don't tag these players unnecessarily. And that's what's going on with the Cowboys. When they don't get their way, or we just didn't get to it, or I wasn't ready to go yet, all that stuff. Guess what? Then you just throw a tag on. Well, can't lose. You ain't got no bad, just tag.
Oh, man.
That's what you do, man.
You deserve this one, bro.
The OC.
There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business. Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Man. God, OC, boy, you cooked on that one, big dog. We got us a super chat by Elp. Let me get this music back on. You know me. He said, we need a new hashtag against tagging because it would kill free agency. Yeah, we go have to come up with that, bro. Because D.A. Lee is right. And sadly, I think that's what they go do with Osa. And this is the worst part. This is where the waste happens, to D.A. Lee's point. This is where the waste happens. Because all that money taking out your cap just because you're indecisive. You was indecisive on DeMarcus Lawrence, so you lost all that cap. D.A. Lee, you should have put them cap amounts on her. That would have made it just a little bit better, bro. Because then it would have showed how much money we made. If we added up all the money that they wasted, we talking about like $60 to $70 million that they wasted on tags. They actually, OC, overpay their guys while they're trying to be too tight on outsiders. They tagged Schultz. They tagged Tony Pollard coming off a broken ankle. Oh, say.
And then don't resign them to a long term the next year.
Right.
Always. With same thing with Schultz. Didn't resign him after that. We'll use you another year. We'll pay you a lot of money. See you later. We'll use you another year, Tony Pollard. We'll knock some more tread off that tire. We'll ship you all to the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah. That's the way.
The only person they resign is people they had to resign, like DeMarcus Lawrence, like Dak Prescott. They resigned these guys because they were the best at the time in their positions, etc. And they had to resign them. Other than that, it's like you might as well work ahead a little bit. But this is just me trying to help people. Look, work ahead, man. Like trade the guy. Or just let him go. Do something, not to just lock up all that cash.
Just pay him. Pay him early. All this option quarterback. You fumbling.
They're not going to do it. They're stubborn. So you might as well just try to just trade one or two of them. Get a draft pick back. Just let them go. Just don't keep us in limbo. Do what you got to do, man. But, you're overpaying. Then you don't pay them. And then guess what? You pay again. Because now you got to get somebody else. So it's insane.
It's insane. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what this is to me, OC. To me, this is Stephen Jones. I wanted to ask AI to build me an image. I wanted an image of Stephen Jones worshiping himself. For real.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? This is worshiping his own idea.
Listen to you for 1 second, boss. Give me about 2 seconds.
All right. To me, this is Stephen Jones really fighting the best he can for this draft and develop strategy, this our guys strategy. To me, that's what's going on. That's what you're seeing. And that's why he's so tight on his outside guys. But when it comes down to his guys, he's willing to overpay. So when you tag these guys, you are literally aggressively overpaying. And that's what makes what Brian Brodeur said so key. I'm not sure if Milton Williams is the better player out the two, but if we go look at the value, right, and the estimates. Okay, let me just show y'all the value and the estimates. I'd rather show it to you than tell you. So I have here the spot track. And listen to y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, we can't trust this stuff. You can't trust that stuff. You gotta verify and double check everything. You do. Even spot track. I was going back and forth with a guy today. He was saying even PFF agreed with me on Osa. I was like, bro, I don't trust PFF at all for good reason. I'll come back to that in a minute. But I was showing, I was making a case of these values. So right here, you can see Milton Williams and Osa on spot track. And they try to give you a market value. They don't quite do it right, but it'll give you at least an estimate. So if you click on Milton Williams, right, his market value right now is around 12 million. Okay. If you look at Osa, hold on real quick. Let me delete this. They saying that his market value is going to be around 21. I don't believe it's going to be that high. I think they way off on that. But what would you do?
What drives up cost is scarcity, boss.
But hold on. Then why do you got Milton at 12 and Osa at 20? Both of them play 3-tech.
Because I think that by the numbers, boss, and this is me thinking, I'm being real, by the numbers, Osa probably got better stats. And he played more snaps, I think. I think by the numbers, he probably overall. If you look at their numbers, we can put it up. Look at their numbers. He probably has
the snaps
and more snaps.
You gonna make me research that live?
I mean, it doesn't.
I can do it. I can do it. Hold on. I just need you to talk for a minute. Let me do it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean, because I'm thinking that, because remember when Osa came in here as a rookie, Osa got significant snaps as a rookie, okay? Milton Williams really didn't get snaps. He was more so developmental trained first year, second year. He wasn't really hitting that field like a whole lot, especially his first year, whereas the difference was Osa got a significant amount of snaps. Now, as I followed Milton Williams, because he was one of my favorite guys, as he got more into year 2 and 3, he started to rotationally get in, and then this year, like, getting the most snaps. Where so Osa, from my eyeballs, okay, and this will be verified by what we found online, but Osa was more so consistent always in the mix, and Osa made plays and splashes and did some great things even his rookie year. So probably that's my bet, Boss Cowboy, is that probably by the numbers, this guy's probably played more snaps, and because he's played more snaps, he probably has better stats.
Okay. So they said he had 816 snaps. Because according to this, they saying Osa had a career high in snaps. Okay. So I found Osa. I'm gonna need you to keep talking. I'm gonna find Milton Williams. Okay, so we got 816 snaps.
I'm talking about, look at his career stats.
No. I'm starting with this 2024 right now.
Got you.
Just for now, and then because you making me dig too heavy. But keep talking. I'm gonna find Milton Williams.
Yeah. So I mean, when you look at Osa, what you find is a guy that is consistently beating people one-on-one, that consistently is able to like be disruptive in the run game, that's consistently able to finesse with quickness and with some power. It appears to me, and I have to do more film review, that Milton Williams plays with a little bit more raw power. And man, he's quick and fast as well, man. It just can create a lot of havoc. And some of that, just to be fair, balance, may be because he's getting more one-on-ones, because he does play with 2 ginormous first-round picks, right? He plays with Jalen Carter. He plays with Jordan Davis out of Georgia. The guy is 6'6", 6'7", 300. They say he's 360 pounds or something like that. He looks like he's about 370, 375. He may be 380 if he ate a couple big meals. But I'm saying he's a humongous human being. So he's in there playing the one technique. You got Jalen Carter, the top 10 pick out of Georgia. He was a Pro Bowler. He's eating up a lot of snaps. That's why that's the only reason, too, boss, why Milton Williams is the rotational third defensive tackle there, because he's playing with 2 first-round picks in Philly who have actually been pretty good. And I believe both of those guys are Pro Bowlers, and they've been very, very productive. So when he gets in the game, a lot of times you're subbing out probably Jordan Davis, or you're subbing out Jalen Carter, leaving the other person in, and you're bringing in Milton Williams to do cleanup duty and take care of his business and do things like that.
I can't find the snaps.
That's okay.
If you can, if y'all can let me know, because see, that's, to me, that's go really unlock the riddle. Hold on real quick. I'm going to ask Stat Muse real quick. Hold on. It's going to be an awkward silence, y'all, but OC got me researching. Hold on real quick.
Yeah, you good, man. You good. I mean, at the end of the day, the whole reason why we're doing this is that we're really trying to get an idea about the balance and the productivity of both these players, to see, you know, where Osa would land in terms of finances and where Milton Williams would land in terms of finances. And this is really based on giving a shout out to Brian Brox again, of him saying, hey, don't just get the guy that you know, get the best player, which is really, really good and a great statement by him, because historically it's been the case that we typically are going to try to re-sign our own players, even if there are better players out there. And I think that's a mistake. We've done that for comfort. And if we look at the results of that in the last 3, 4, or 5 years, I think the results of that has shown that other teams have progressed, gone deep in the playoffs, won championships now multiple times, even in our own division. being the Philadelphia Eagles, and then we have not won a championship. And even if we go back to Eli, when Eli was playing, Eli Manning was playing for the Giants, they won a championship, boom, in our own division. So, and then the success this year that's happened with the Redskins, right? Going out, getting players, being aggressive in free agency, obviously drafted Jaden Daniels, the rookie who came in and did a fantastic job. So all of those things lead me to believe, if we're looking at the body of work and evidence, that we need to do something a little bit different and be more aggressive in order to compete with the top teams in the league. And the beautiful thing about him, boss, as you should put up here, man, this boy is only 25 years old. He's just getting started.
So he had 501 snaps, bro.
And more
And just as much production as Osa, basically.
Yeah, boss. So boss, put the camera back on me. That's why I said this right here.
You leaning? Let me go look at Osa, bro. Let me just make sure. Dawg, yeah, that's significant, bro. Yeah, that's
300 something less snaps. 300 something less snaps.
Yeah.
More sacks, pretty much equal productivity.
Yeah.
That told me what I need to know.
That kind of, yeah. So that see, this is a test for Dallas right now. Dallas, this is your test. This is your test. Are you willing to adjust your our guys philosophy, or are you gonna follow your same pattern that D.A. Lee showed of overspending for your guys? Because common sense would say, if you can get $12 million for Milton, but it's gonna cost $20 for Osa, even if Osa is slightly better, bro, you gotta come on now. $12 million versus 20. It's really a situation where Osa just outplayed. You know what I mean?
He outplayed his contract, bro.
He outplayed his contract. Yeah.
He outplayed his draft status.
Can you be a man, Dallas? Or are you worshiping your idea? Are you worshiping, if we pick him, we gotta play him? Can you upgrade from Sanders to Saquon? Can you do that? I don't think they can do it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I think they too in love with their way of doing
it. And more. It's more than that, boss.
What is it?
They love control. And they want to control the narrative. You can't bring the guy here to just win a Super Bowl, that played for a tough, hard-nosed organization. He gonna come in our locker room, and when things are not of standard, he's gonna say it, boss, and they don't like that. He's gonna ruffle the feathers. He's not gonna go along and get along. You know why? Because you just guaranteed him $50 million to get him here, and all of a sudden, he's not on a short-term deal that you can control. Oh, you just gave him a couple million. Who cares? No, now you've invested significant money, and so now you have to stick with this dude and deal with it. I don't think that they like to give any outside player that they don't know, that they feel like they can control, that much leverage at all, which is why they definitely wouldn't get him from a rival that just won a championship with a well-run program.
Yeah. And somebody just asked, did the OC win you over with less snaps? Yep. That's what we do. Like, for real. Like, it's the best idea. I swear. That's how me and him rock. Like, I take a L and you won't even know it. I just quickly yep. Because see, it's not about me. It's about what make the most sense. This is how to debate. I was telling y'all why I was unsure, right? I was telling y'all why I was unsure, but that's too big of a snap difference to have that close of equal production to then look at $8 million difference and then still keep trying to sell Osa. Even though Osa, listen, let me also say this too. I wouldn't be mad if we paid 20 for Osa though. I wouldn't be mad because we need it. We need it.
He young. Look, listen, they're both premium picks.
Yeah.
They're both premium defensive tackles. They're premium. The key is that you need premium. Whoever you pick, whatever you do, you need premium. Just don't start trying to bargain shop. That's all we're saying.
Yeah. Let me play this real quick, bro. I wanna break this whole clip down from Aisha. I think she killed this. Let's just break this down and then we go give our final words.
All right. Dear Cowboys front office.
That's literally the same I did. Sorry, keep going.
You ain't got no DTs.
Oh.
Osa is a DT. Also, Diggy Zoo is a DT. Not only is he a defensive tackle, he's only missed one game in his whole career. He was first in QB hits last year in 2024. He was top 3 in pressures, top 3 in pass rush win rate, and 11th in run stops.
I love that pause. I love that pause. She like, will y'all stop? Stop playing.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You were serious? I was like, are you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
My bad. Sorry.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Just bring him back. It's not that complicated. You don't even have a starting place at this point in time. I think that Osa has shown that he has done enough to be a guy that is a staple on this team. So just re-sign him. It's not that complicated to me, y'all. I'm not gonna do all this extra cut and dry. I loved your poem, but honestly, you ain't got no DTs. That's where it kind of stopped and ended for me. Like just said, like,
Right.
if you don't re-sign some of these guys, you starting from scratch.
Not even that.
Mind?
She said, are you out your mind?
Well, that right there, that's the question, Aisha. That's the question. That's the only question, boss. That question, that one right there.
Talk.
Are you out your mind? Well, let's talk about the question, boss. Based upon recent history, yes, you are out of your mind. You let go 2 defensive ends to the Commanders. You didn't want to pay them. You let go of our one technique because you didn't want to give this guy an extra $700K. You could have matched the freaking contract that he got, and he was holding it down in the middle for us, boss. He was holding it down when he was healthy, boss. Based upon this, and based upon the findings, boss, yes, it's somebody. I'm not going to even say who. You know what? We figured for something. I'm just going to make it general. Somebody, boss. I'm not sure who.
They playing too much option quarterback. It's the DA Lee point. Another contract that they're a year late on, man. It's one of those, you always trying to get these dudes at the best deal possible, and you keep. It's the same thing they did with Dak. It's the same thing they did with Amari. They finna have to overpay for Micah, and that they ran up their own price on CD Lamb. This holding it, like he say, option quarterback, like he say, to where I don't want to pitch it too early. Well, every time you late, man, we fumbling. Am I lying?
No, it's okay. You can pitch it late. You just finna to get smashed. So you can play option quarterback.
Yeah, pitch it late.
You can pitch it late.
You gonna get him smashed.
You getting smashed. You get smashed on every contract. So guess what? You got the bread. You want to get smashed? Get smashed. It's fine. Hold it late. Run down the line. Hold
a year too late.
Hold it. Toss it. Yeah. So here it is, man. At the end of the day, man, you are going to have to make a qualitative decision. And unfortunately, boss, this is my fear. This is my biggest fear. And this is what I feel, right? That the decision has already been made about I'd rather just be competitive and be a marketing guru and make money and keep fans on edge and feed whatever I want to feed personally. And the priority is not to be a championship team and not to win games, because we don't function in such a way that we give any cadence to the fact that we truly are committed to winning games. And all the other teams around us that we get our heads beat in, they coming out with boom boxes. You know, they doing all that kind of stuff, boss. We like, we're in the locker room like that. We're in the locker room looking like this. Oh God! I'm gonna play. Oh, out there. They're noisy. They're noisy. They're noisy. They're out there. Oh my God!
Oh no, Oz, you going too hard, bro. You
OC.
going too hard, bro.
No
Come on
emotion,
now,
no
bro.
friends, no
You
loyalty.
going too
Straight
hard, OC,
business.
man. What you
Straight
doing?
business. Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
That boy OC went off on him now. Was we looking like that, brother? Was we looking scared like that?
Mike McCarthy said it. Mike McCarthy said it. Well, yeah, our guys were all, they were nervous. He admitted it, boss.
But see, this is where she was right with, are you out your mind? This ain't the time to start getting rid of DTs, man. Even if you gotta overpay. Did we forget that Philly average offensive lineman is 338? Sometimes you gotta pay for
6'7",
Yeah,
338.
I'm sorry.
Don't forget that
6'7", 338. Hey, bro, if you just gotta overpay for that, go ahead. I'm with it. Boys better fit.
Hey,
Yeah,
go ahead, boss. Go ahead.
yeah. Let me keep going with it because she was cooking. She was going crazy.
We're gonna have to go out there.
I ain't going out there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I
I'm
will
gonna fall out.
I'm not suited up.
I will. Bet.
No.
Bet.
It ain't happening.
But no, I do think that what Osa did was impressive. To finish the season,
100%.
especially I think of the last 9 games of the season, he was one of the highest ranked defensive tackles in the NFL.
What was also in common with that, the last 9 games?
That's what a lot of people have been looking at from him. A lot of people feel like he tapers off at the end of the year. I think he
Wasn't true this year.
This contract here, he won't go take pro.
showed that he's capable of doing that. But also, too, I think him and Micah are becoming roadies in a sense. As
Don't forget that. Well, she was cooking. Angry fan is in the building. What's up, boy?
far as how they're able to play next to each other. Like, Jerry, for the love of God, please don't make us start from scratch.
Yeah. For real.
Like, they talk about, again, you talk about drafting and developing and bringing guys. You drafted this guy from UCLA. He has developed into one of the better pass rushing 3 techs in the league. Just re-sign him. It almost feels like a punishment.
And if you see it, all 31 other teams are going to.
She said it's almost, she said it's almost like a punishment. Aisha, I'm about to call and say, what did you mean by that? Because she was, what do you mean? Wait, see, she said something.
Just re-sign him. It almost feels like a punishment.
What? Huh?
I don't want to interpret what she means. I think I have some insight to what she means, but I don't want to interpret what she means because she could mean something completely different than what I think. Because he's outplayed his contract, and you waited. You didn't pay him. And your punishment now is that you got to overpay him. And then also, because you didn't pay other people, your punishment to get a good defensive tackle is you're going to have to pay somebody. That's where I think she kind of going with that. That's my opinion. I could be wrong.
Oh, I'm gonna have to ask her, man, because that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see because look, here's the thing. What do people say? Right? It's an adage. People say ball don't lie, right? Ball don't lie in the sense that, man, if somebody made a bad call, then the next time the person got to turn it over, everything evens out, right? And I will say, man, stay true to the game stay true to you. The game of football and how this league is, it don't lie. You're going to pay somewhere. You're going to pay. You have to choose where you're going to pay. You can pay on the losing end. You can pay on the winning end. You can invest up front and hedge your bets to possibly be a championship team. You can wait until the last minute just to survive. But either way, you're going to pay. So just choose how and when you want to pay. And that's what I think the more to the story is, Boss. That's what I feel.
And my boy Gary said she brought that smoke. She not even finished. She's still talking.
And if you see it, all 31 other teams are going to see it.
Well, honestly, I was creeping. I was creeping on other teams' Twitters.
Yeah.
They want him.
They want
him. Yeah.
People are
They should
interested.
be.
So don't be.
No, she said she was creeping, OC.
Creeping. So I creep.
Nobody runs off our best like Cowboy fans. We are the best at running off the best that we got. It's like why are we good at that, OC? Why do we do that? Like, we wait 3 years and 4 years for Osa to cook. We wait all this time for Mazda to finally turn the corner. We wait all this time for Dak. We wait all this time for all these good players. We waited for Micah to finally get to year 5 and we like traded. Like, why do we run off our best, OC?
Because we are a compulsive contradiction. The Cowboys are a compulsive contradiction. We want to draft guys and play our guys, enforce our guys, even if they're not the right guys, okay? And we really double down more often than not on guys who are not the right guys. We give them 25 lives, boss, if we drafted the boss. We're going to try to be sure that we try to make this guy right. Now, the guys that are guys, the guys that we are right on, the guys that are really, really guys. Now, these guys are different. We're going to do this different. We are going to berate, belittle, demean, hassle, haggle, and make sure we do everything in our possibility not to sign you. So we are going to my guy's point, develop you, give you a hard time, decide we're not going to pay you and let you be great and finish your career with another team. Because guess what? We take care of our guys. We take care of our guys as one of our guys. So look, boss, we are a compulsive contradiction. We're obsessed with it, boss. We're obsessed with it. The guys who didn't play, we're playing. The guys that do play and play well, we fight them to pieces. We go smash you to pieces.
We smash you to pieces.
To pieces. We'll smash you about this contract. We gonna talk about your mama, your hair, your breath, your deodorant. We gonna say you're hurt, you're unproductive. We're gonna say that you are a has-been.
Who?
We gonna say that you are a.
We gonna act like we don't know who? Zeke who?
We gonna do everything in our possible.
Hey, didn't I tell you we was gonna go as far as Dak took us? How far did we go?
Man,
hey, you ain't lying, AJ. OC be cooking this whole stream, bro. I had to take a back seat this stream like I had to do with Landlord last week, man. I know what to do when I see people cooking. That's why I like it when boys take breaks. They come back just dumping. You know what I'm saying? These boys come back like full of that, like they got something on their chests. See, I see what happened. Y'all get used to me. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go away and I'm gonna come back. I need to be missed. That's what needs to happen. I need to be missed in the space. You know what I mean? I need to walk away, let y'all get all this other content from everybody else, and then come back. That's what that's what boss bring. Yeah, that's what I bring. Hell yeah. Real quick, one of the latest things that I want to talk about, because I definitely agree. Did you have anything else on that, OC?
No, you got it. What?
Shout out to Aisha, man. Y'all clap it up for her, man, and y'all go support her, man. She is solid. She is solid. She killed it, bro. Shout out to Aisha, man. I want to talk about something that's very important. Using third-party sources for validation. I'm gonna strongly say don't do that. I haven't talked about this in a while. But too many of us have become stat analysis. Let me read this super chat.
Salute, man. Thank you, brother, for the support.
He said, I appreciate the great and the wise OC for gracing us with his presence tonight. Straight fire. Nah, he been bringing it, bro. Hold on. I ain't even hit this button in a while.
Yoga fire.
Dracarys.
Yeah, that boy been bringing that fire all day long, man. That boy say hoodie OC is back. Yeah, he ain't even put the hoodie on, bro. That's the only thing he needed to do, bro, is put that hoodie on when he was making them posts. It would have been, yeah, hoodie OC is when he mad like today. But anyway, I want to just kind of talk about what to be careful of, you know, because obviously we having some debates, right, on pressures, right? So I made this point. And Jay Tuck said, it's damn near embarrassing that at Boss Cowboy Sports has to try to explain to a group of football fans about the importance of defensive pressure. It's low-key sad because it's simple football 101. Some of y'all need to do better. It's nasty work, right? So I retweeted, said pressure from Micah not only matters, but it's game-changing. It is impossible to turn on the film, watch each pressure, and discount its value. Now, sadly, OC, this is going to be one of those times, likely again, where me and you show the proof and the proof is ignored.
Won't be the first time, boss.
What's up with that? Like, what happened to society where you can show them the evidence and they don't want it, or just ignore it?
Because, boss, we're trapped in the matrix, boss. We're trapped in the matrix. We're in the football podcast universe of the Cowboys, and so it's a matrix, boss. It's the red pill. It's the blue pill. Which one do you want? Do you want to go back to your old life and forget you ever heard the truth? Most people do. Most people do, boss. Most people, they don't want to hear the truth, boss. They don't want to hear the real kid and caboodle facts because it destroys their perception of the false world that they believe is the Dallas Cowboys. You know, all we're doing is just presenting you what's clearly to be seen. You can look this stuff up yourself. We're not doing anything unique in that regard, except for giving you some great insight. But I'm saying you don't want to see it. So what you do is you go back. You go back. Instead of, hey, stay with us, man, we'll take you to how far and deep that rabbit hole really goes, man. If you want the truth, we'll give you the truth, man. And that's what the channel was founded on. That's what we always have done. That has always been the commitment. And we've been, I'm proud of that, been very, very unwavering in that regard.
I think we definitely try to stay consistent at. And I think D.A. Lee got a point. He say because trolling is a life now. And I think it's even deeper than trolling. I just don't think people respect facts anymore. I think people want confirmation of their bias.
Confirmation of how they feel, boss.
Yeah.
Confirmation of what makes them happy. I want you to confirm what I want. And if you don't confirm what I want, this is just a problem. This is beyond football, boss. See, now you're going deeper. This is life.
Yeah,
if you
I'm
don't
seeing
confirm,
it. I'm seeing it.
Confirm what somebody really feels. It takes a certain level of maturity to sit in that and to be mature enough to take it and say, what I thought may not have been right. People are not self-aware. People don't have emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, boss.
Because I had to do it today. Y'all saw the OC and I going back and forth, and I said, and being honest, I'm not sure if Milton Williams is better, right? I looked at the broad stats, but I was honest. I was very honest, right? I said, I ain't sure. I looked at the broad surface and I'm not quite sure if he's better. But then as we drilled into it, the OC landed the punch. Bop. Now, I could have kept trying to fight it back, but you don't look at that big disparity of snap differences with almost equal production and then still try to make your case. You lost. Boss, you lost. Yeah. So take your L because the better ideal won. It's just that simple. Now, did I lose credibility by taking my L? No. People still respect me. They not over here like, boss, I thought you was the best debater. Nah, I ain't trying to win all the base. I want the best idea to win. Yeah. Because when the best idea win, then we can lobby for the better player at the better price. If he 12 million and also 20, then it's, well, you know.
He 25 with an attitude, bro. And he been playing he been thugging it up in Philly, man. And I mean that in the most respectful way. Philly got that gritty, tough environment, bro. We got a little bit more of a country club vibe up here in Dallas. You know what I mean? Just to be honest, you know? So it is what it is, man. It's all good. At the end of the day, man, I am of the persuasion that you should do everything in your power to get as many good players as you possibly can. So I'm always going to be in favor of that argument. You know what I mean? However it lands. It's not about me being right or nothing. That's just what I think.
Right. So then when I said what I said, G from Let's Talk Cowboys, he responded. Because I think we see this different. And that's okay that people see things different. He don't really believe in pressures. I believe in pressures. He's a smart man. Like, so I'm not insulting him. But we definitely see this different, right? This is the thing that I'm going to warn people about. This part right here. He said, I did a story on Osa, and even PFF stated his pressures are not translated into productivity. Now, he's smart,
But
and he look at a lot of resources. So this is not no knock to him. This is not about knocking what he said. Who I'm knocking is PFF. And that's what I'm going to tell people to be careful of. And I'm going to show y'all. Go ahead. Did you have something, OC?
yeah, put that back up and just, respectfully, and I respect his opinion too. But what he said underneath that statement, boss, is the proof that pressures do matter. He said it in his own words, just in a different way. His pressures are not, PFF said that his pressures are not translating to productivity. But he says right after, the results of pressures matter. And that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
When pressures are not translating to stats, but say they're just fluff. How do you lead under pressure but you get dominated? I get what he's saying, and I understand his perspective. Like, okay, why are you losing if you get pressures? But pressures don't necessarily equate to fluff if pressures are disrupting and destroying plays.
That's
I
right.
think the statement that he made that says the results of pressures matters, I think that maybe if he dug into that, he may see it a little bit differently. Because if you dig into what was the result of the pressure, no, was it a sack, was it a fumble, was it an interception? That's not the only positive results. You would have to be exhaustive in your results list to say that pressures don't matter.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Because it's other than just fumbles, interceptions, and offensive mistakes. It's also you forcing them to check it down. You forcing them to give up at the play. You forcing them to throw it away. It's a bigger list than that happens and results from pressures, right? And then we was going back and forth. Debates happen just like me and your debates happen. It's natural. It's what we all supposed to do when we trying to win. That's why I want to just say. Absolutely, it's no knock to any other content creators when we see things different. My bigger thing is this: don't trust third-party sources over going deeper into your own research. Because see, we talked about that, and that's the point I made to him, and I'm gonna show y'all that. Then I'm gonna show you my history. I ain't gonna get into all the debate things that we debated. My main thing that I talked about was, first, I stopped trusting PFF 8 years ago when they graded Mitch's rookie year better than Watson. PFF grades are very suspect and often slanted against the Dallas Cowboys players. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying at all.
Because you see, think about it. Remember when Diggs got 11 interceptions? That's the year they made up and said 1,000 yards was caught on Diggs.
Yeah, it is. It is a little biased, man.
It's very slanted against the Cowboys players, because people got to know that when you talk negative against Dallas Cowboy players, you get more clicks.
It's good business.
It's just good business. And they're a business. So let me show y'all my history so that you can see this ain't no back and forth. That's like, I got everything that I said. I even did a video where Trayvon Diggs and Zeke was going off on PFF. Because how they kept disrespecting them. And then when they finally graded Dak #1, I said, I don't even want it now. Because for years, they've been constantly disrespecting him, Yeah. But they waited to his MVP season to finally start saying, it's like, well, nah, bro, get out of here. And like you can see me right here, I said I have to double check this because PFF is garbage. So you can clearly see me consistently not trusting them. I say, no way. I never reference PFF on grades or ranks as a serious source ever. I promise. And see, this is one of the worst ones that I did. Like, it did, like Jeff said, Tony Pollard's pass blocking grade was almost twice as high as Zeke.
Via PFF.
Say, man. You say what? Say, wait. Dog, you can hate Zeke all you want, bruh. But for them to grade Pollard pass blocking twice as good as Zeke, but you clearly blind, bro. I ain't talking about Jeff. I'm talking about PFF. Clearly blind, bro. All right, so check this out. So this is the worst one, bro. Hold up. Let me show you. Because I've been killing them for years. So check this out. This dude said in my chat, Boss is clowning y'all. There is absolutely no way a guy gives up 12 pressures and played a good game. I was talking about Terrence Steele, that he actually played good versus the Eagles, right? And he said, stop with the cap. Steele was horrible. No amount of spray is getting rid of that stink. That's because people trusted PFF saying that he gave up 12 pressures. So then I told him, I bet you $100 if you can show me on the film 12 real pressures. I moved it up to $1,000 on Twitter. Oh no, $100. It still was $100. My fault. All of these people swear by PFF stat sheet, but won't get that $100. That's what I thought. I said, stop being lazy and double check these stats and third-party grades. You will find real truth with real research, film versus lazy stat analysis. You can't trust PFF. You just can't. You can't. And listen, you know, a lot of people hit me up trying to get that money too. Then they double check and they was like, still didn't even come close to 12 pressures. But PFF put that out on him. I counted it myself. He had 4, bro.
Yeah.
And I looked at the tape. I was like, nah, bro. He had 4 pressures. They threw 12 at that dude. So when you see PFF say this is Osa's grade on XYZ, hey man, nah, bro. I'm not listening to it. I keep up and I double check too much, and I see too many errors. Yeah. You got some thoughts on that, OC?
Well, at the end of the day, I just think it's important to try to do your own work. And that's one thing we try to do. Do your own work. And it's good if a site is credible and reputable. But if you see a lot of variations when you're looking at sites, that's when you just got to double down and do your own work before you come and you put 10 toes down and say, this is the truth. It's like,
because they said it.
It must, like everything on the internet is not true.
That's right.
So that's just, it's simple.
Yeah, I showed people the other day when they were saying Dak record was 12 and like 4 versus the Eagles. Is really 12-3. But I double checked it. They counted a game where in the playoffs he played. I mean, we already clinched the division. It was his rookie year. He played the first series. We lost that game because it was Sanchez and Romo playing in that game. They gave that loss to Dak. But I just double checked it. I was like, you know what I mean? It's so, because it's like you said it best, because it's over the internet, it don't mean it's true. So let me give y'all my final words. My final words is this: is we definitely need a DT. We need a DT very bad. Very bad. Especially because Matt Eberflus, one of his keys to his 4-3 defense is the 3-tech and his ability to pass rush. So I think this is going to be a test for the Dallas Cowboys OC and the executives, everybody in the chat and everybody that listened to the final word. This is going to be a test. The test is going to see, Dallas, are you worshiping yourself? Are you worshiping your idea? Or can you truly make the adjustments that we saw with Philly, where they had one of their guys that was good, real good, Sanders. Sanders was real good. 13 touchdowns, about 1,100 yards. All of us would have took that. I think it might even been 1,200 yards or 13. It was a lot. But they said, Sanders, you're really, really good, but you're not Saquon. You're not Saquon. And they upgraded, OC. They upgraded. Dallas, if you are looking at $20 million for Osa, and you can get Milton Williams for 12 and you don't call, that's negligence. That is just pure negligence. Because you got to have somebody. You got to have somebody right now. You do. You see what I'm saying? You can't just, like Aisha said, you don't have nothing at DT. So you better do something. But Dallas, I would be so proud of you if you finally start showing that you're not in love with our guys' philosophy. That's my final word.
Well, the Cowboys have an opportunity to get better. as the Cowboys typically do around this time of the year. Historically, the Cowboys have waited and not gotten better and put all their eggs in the draft and the leftovers of free agency after the draft going into training camp. So if the Cowboys will be competitive, if the Cowboys is going to even make the playoffs next year, they're going to have to be aggressive and make some massive adjustments to their approach and to their strategy. And it starts right here at the defensive tackle position. You don't need one defensive tackle. You need actually 2 or 3.
That's right.
So you might as well start with an elite one and then build around that as you have your new and fresh second year. Now will be a third year defensive tackle from Michigan that is really growing and doing a good job. You need to build around him, but you need some elite talent. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, also on X. You can follow me, the OC100 on X. And unless Boss got something else, man, that's my final word. And salute.
All right. Dear Cowboys front office.
That. That's literally the same I did. Sorry, keep going.
You ain't got no DTs.
Oh.
Osa is a DT. Also, Diggy Zoo is a DT. Not only is he a defensive tackle, he's only missed one game in his whole career. He was first in QB hits last year in 2024. He was top 3 in pressures, top 3 in pass rush win rate, and 11th in run stops.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were serious?
I was like,
Oh.
I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them 5s, need them 10s, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field.